Germans might be able to take this opportunity to counterattack, and, you know, I should just shut up. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and today I'm casting a 3v3 on the map Fields of Winnekendonk. Probably butchering that name, but hell, I barely get this map anyway, so probably won't have to worry about it for another year. Anyway, we got ourselves Milam, ShinobiWarrior Johnny versus ShinobiWarrior, NC, Phantom, and Ogmore. One of each of the allies, which is interesting. And then, of course, we have 2 OKW and a Ost tier. Again, on this map, the flanks are very important for the fuel, as well, and again, usually it's in a 1 on each front, but of course we can always see additional action and allies and or, you know, different players coming in to help each other out. Now, I will say some awesome stuff for the patrons who helped me out. Again, thank you guys so much for that support, and to the person who submitted this replay for being an incredible Patreon supporter, being up there in the B4 and or the RNG God level. So thank you so very much. You rock. I'll give you a shout out at the very end as well. I'm also kind of interested. So doctrine-wise, we have a number of good choices. Assault infantry section, very good close range, and Sturm Pioneers, you don't have to worry about these guys. Again, so Phantom doing a good job at counteracting the OKW's early close range unit and demolishing it. Kubel's trying to help out, and we got Pounds Fusiliers, but again, the Kubel's like, to back up. Meanwhile, Milam getting that with great defensive doctrine, so that's how he's got the Pounds Fusiliers. We also got ourselves, let's see. Johnny going Elite Armor Doctrine. We got ourselves Ogmore going Soviet Shock Army. So again, a number of very good doctrines. Ogmore, Penal Force. Very good infantry. Pretty solid. The only thing I will say is the fact that, again, if you give them AT rifles, they lose that combat effectiveness against infantry, but still, they get the AT satchel. Very, very powerful if you can get it on the armor, which usually is great on this map because they have the corners and flanks. Solid G section pulling back. Again, if he can pull back without losing a men, this guy can get a medic, heal this guy up, back to full strength, no problem, which is incredible. Penals trying to engage the Pounds Fusiliers, pushing them back. Cutoff positions also going to be very important on this map for getting rid of the fuel income, especially if you control mid. So we'll see how that fares. Right now, it seems like on the left, we have Sherman Tank trying to grab the territory. Also, double MGs, fairly interesting. We got the Pounds Fusiliers, and we got a, well, Elite Armored, so maybe Storm Tiger, but no 2-2-1. Penals are pushing back the Volk squads with ease, only losing a model with additional men coming in. Are you going? No medics yet, but so far it doesn't need it. Penals are demolishing the German forces, killing a Kubel with ease. By the way, again, I can zoom out from strategic zoom on right now, which really does help. Penals continue the fire. Volk squads, are you getting some support? No, it seems like Sherman Tank's busy in mid with the American infantry. But, I don't know, some additional men coming in would help. We have a supply truck that just came in. It's like, I'm not dealing with this. Now, luckily, no AT rifles as of yet, but bullets can still hurt that truck quite quickly. Again, they're pulling back, but versing Grenadiers on the road, easy pickings. Grenadiers lose 2 models. Oh my god, losing so many models. And Penals have yet to lose anything. Finally, we get something to tear down the Soviet infantry, and that being an MG42. But now the American infantry is coming on in. So once again, great job by ShinobiWarrior and also by Ogmore for really putting the pressure on the Axis. And by god, these Penals are doing some solid work. MGs are retreating. Sturm Pioneers coming on in. There's too much firepower here. I suspect those Sturms will be cut down very quickly, and they'll push back the Riflemen. But no, they are demolishing the Axis. And again, if they get to this point, hell, I mean, they could do a little damage to the mechanized, but if they cut off that point, we can see here that they're going to cut off 1, 2, normal points, and the fuel. That is, that's 13 fuel you're losing per turn. Luckily, Axis forces counterattack, managed to hold on to it, and successfully drive the Penals back. But Here's the scary part. There's still 3 penals there. This one has 9 kills as well. So once again, excellent job with those troops. The British are on standby, very defensive in nature, while the Soviets have been mobile. The Americans have been mobile, but looks like they took some heavy hits. I'm surprised the British haven't done much, especially with the assault infantry section. They only got 1 kill apiece, but they are getting Thompson, so if you're hoping for some more action from them, I suspect that that will be coming up in the near future, as, yeah, Thompsons are pretty powerful. Stern Pioneers immediately push back. Pino's coming in the flank, and no, wait, MG in position, it looks like. He's trying to get in the building. That could be very risky with Penals right there. Great mortar hit, by the way. It's the Sturms on retreat. Penals just putting pressure. I really like Ogmore's gameplay. This Soviet guy is pretty on point at making sure you throw the enemy off. And again, he cuts off the munitions. Also a big win. Grenadiers coming on in. I think this is where you're going to start seeing Ogmore's forces retreat, and he will. And yeah, he's going to pull back before taking any more losses. But he didn't lose that many men, and he still has decent amounts of manpower. He does have 4 penals. That is a very large infantry force to kind of keep up, but they are very strong, and he at least has a solid infantry force rather than the assault infantry section just got rifle grenaded by a Sherman tank. Volk squad's coming on in, try to counteract the penals. Again, looks like up north, you have rear echelon being like, the battle's going on over there. I am just going to take this point and not worry at all. More fuel for the Allies, which, yeah, they have double fuel right now. Again, we have some Axis forces going for the counterattack. They do successfully cut off the fuel. So that's a big deal because, again, that makes sure the Allies and the Axis are closer than the huge gain the Allies would get if they're both connected. But American forces coming on in. Bar would probably be pretty good. Do you have any upgrade? No, no upgrades, no grenades. You do have a howitzer. You do have a captain. So, of course, AT gun, which is being made, and the AA half-track. Johnny went the Panzer II. Solid light tank against infantry. Absolutely helping push back the American infantry. Volk squad's really appreciating the fire support. AT gun, though, so the Soviets do have something. And Ogmore does have Soviet shock army. I bring this up because, well, if we're talking about light vehicles, then we know that Johnny is going to be delayed at this point for getting a light tank. Well, Ogmore, if the Allies get double fuel, could get an 85 out. 85s are fine. I think for counteracting armor, an S285 is better, as I painfully learned today. But here's the thing. It's still a very solid tank that rips infantry apart. And also will kill light vehicles, once again, with ease. Especially Axis light vehicles like Pumas and Panzer IIs. So we'll see. Riflemen are charging in. Maybe trying out a rifle grenade, which they do. Shimaksu is able to fire the AT grenade. But again, AT gun's still pretty far off. And I do like how he's bringing in his own AT gun. Urban Assault, so Calliope as well. Okay. I feel like a mine went off somewhere. I don't... Maybe over here? Not sure. AT trying to fire through. Panzer II's weak. MG's covering. And looks like the Allied infantry is pulling back. Though, big old blob of penals once again. A lot of kills. Rifle grenade is fired. Amazing. Kills 6 models with that hit. Although the MG is set a pack-in by Ogmore in his artillery. Hans Fusiliers charging, but Milam not actually having that much of an army, which is surprising. How many losses has he taken? No, he hasn't taken any losses. He's been upgrading, and now he's getting almost Sadatin. He has a decent amount of reserve. Let's see right now. Johnny, not so much. Average is in the upper 30s. Allies in the mid to upper 40s right now. Hot damn, they are doing very well. Again, medics are going down to help heal the infantry. Great for the Brits. We can see here the Soviets have also gotten medics. The Americans have ambulances. The Germans have a medical facility here. But the other 2 OKW bases do not. Again, we have Milan being very aggressive with a medical. Now, I say this because in a 3v3 map like this, the map is smaller, so Katyusha fire is highly likely to find this base and hit it and be in range of it. So you have to be very careful. And it's not actually that far from the base, but it is a few seconds you can get infantry up to the front. So it does have an impact. Penals pushing left. Again, Grenadiers, and looks like some mines being placed. Again, if you get a spare armor, we'll see. To the last man. Well, it's working so far. Grenadiers set and packing. More Grenadiers moved up. Again, I suspect Penals might move over to assist. Lots of support weaponry by the Germans. Panzer II heading right. Big old blob of infantry section and a rifleman. Oh my god, there was more in there. Oh, wow. But the infantry section charge. Luckily, Abu Sadat with STG-44s are doing pretty solid work and push back the infantry. Sturms took the brunt of it. Abu Sadat was just doing damage. Riflemen being suppressed still. Again, you probably want to retreat. Rangers on the field now. That could be an issue with Thompsons if he gets them Thompsons. Grenade thrown. It's incendiary, so it burns the support equipment. AT gun might perish. Will allow the Panzer II to move in. There's still another AT gun there. We got the British AT gone. Again, give credit to allies for having AT like this. We saw with Milam that he doesn't have that. He has Panzerfusiliers, which AT grenades, but not really the same thing. Riflemen and infantry section will probably keep the AT gun alive. Maybe. Panzer II, though, coming on in. Grenade does miss. Another grenade really hits that dead body. They really want to make sure that dead body is dead. Again, the infantry section and the assault infantry section do not have an AT grenade, but they have white phosphorus, which can stop the firing of a unit. So that could be pretty impactful. But looks like they remade the AT gun, so that should keep the Panzer II away. But again, Axis have fuel, which is good. Both Axis and Allies are 23 and 37 munitions, respectively, though Allies might get a bit more if they grab this point here, and of course the point here if they grab it. So Allies will get a short lead, but the Germans have mid, it looks like, although again they're down about 80 points, so they need to consistently hold that in order to keep themselves ahead. What also helps them keep ahead is a Stuka, which is an artillery unit. Very good. Hopefully it can neutralize a lot of the inbound artillery. Again, I've had it to where Stukas absolutely whiff, and you're like, how is this thing not killing anything? And I've had it where every time you fire a Stuka, the bomb perfectly lands on the infantry and murders like 3 squads. So, again, we'll see if how RNG luck goes. Also, a fun fact, you can ask your ally to pop a flare that the enemy can't kill, and over a good distance, so maybe you're trying to find a target, but you don't necessarily want to engage, you know, because they have MGs and stuff, and you don't have that big of sight. So flare is up, and the Stuka hopefully fires soon. Sherman tank getting armor, and again, Vet2 Kubel, pretty solid. Stuka's yet to, I guess, fire. I guess he's waiting for a target. Allies, again, Ogmore is not picking anything as of yet. Phantom as a Cromwell, and Americans, I guess, saving up. MG gets annihilated. Infantry section dodged the blast, though. So the Stuka does get 4 kills, but that's about it. Again, the thing I mentioned earlier about the lack of AT, Milam did counter, but it might be a little late. It's non-position, and the Cromwell is running rampant. About to kill this poor Kubel. Didn't stand a chance, but AT gun fires. Pens, AT grenade now. Could snare, and does snare Cromwell. Cromwell needs to fire a smoke shell in order to get the hell out of dodge. AT gun gets flanked, though, by a blob. I did not see that coming. Very cool. And actually, what looked like to be Milam's triumphant moment, his comeback, actually might turn to his biggest downfall, as a lot of its forces are now being hit on retreat. Panzer II trying to clear the way, but American infantry still putting a lot of pressure. They could also steal the AT gun. It's a Winnekendonk, so either taking it or destroying it would be a big loss for the Axis, and he does take it, which is going to put Milam in a bit of a squeeze, which is going to force him to pump out a Panzer IV. Again, it's OKW variant, so it is better, but still, we know that, oh, another Stuka for Johnny. We didn't know that. We know there's another Panzer IV already. Repairs again from this building, which is pretty nice. Allied forces that are pushing on in. Again, lots of very good men in that force. And penals are moving into mid. They get to the last man at the highest potential, which again makes the penal squad even better. On the far right, we have Sturms, Podsful Slayers fighting the infantry in cover. Grenades thrown, not really much. Again, it seems like the British is in a tough spot with the mortar and AT gun under fire. But again, you have Thompson forces. No stun. Now going after them. Oh, I'm sorry, wasn't a stun. It was just normal grenade. Did nothing. Stuka's firing on the mortar howitzer. He's moving the 120 away, which good for him. He got the 120. One man. You should still be able to retreat it. He does. And the howitzer's at least knocked out, so the American has to spend more resources in getting that back up to operational status. Panzer IV gets a great shot on the penals, though once again that 85 is going to come in. And against the two, 85 wins that battle, typically. The only thing I'll say is the 85 is not great with accuracy, from my personal opinion, but my personal experience. But firepower-wise, I was going to say 85 should pen, but it bounced off the Panzer IV, so what the fuck do I know? AT gun does pen the Panzer II. Looks like armor is geared up on the right, though Panzer IV is waiting for the Cromwell. And there goes the Panzer II by AT fire. Another AT gun setup. Again, this one's going to be taken out by the penals. Once again, Vet 3. These penals are... they are absolute monsters in this game. God, I am so happy to see. Oh, and he got bazookas. 3 of them, and the Panzer IV gets taken down considerably. Stuka could be fired upon by bazookas. A lot of the Soviet industry gets hit. 85 going after the Panzer IV. Does pen. Trying to blitz away. Sherman tank trying to get out of dodge. Does miss against the 85. 85 doesn't get snared by the Volk. Sherman now giving chase. I want that Panzer dead. I want every single one of his cohorts dead. His crew dead. And, yeah, ShinobiWarrior definitely fulfills that request. Putting him down quite quickly. And also the Stuka. That's a good dive. And crushing the Germans on the way out. Though loses his main gun. I believe he still has the 50, right? No, he doesn't. You know what? Getting more armor might have helped him out. Just saying. You got additional armor. It would have probably at least kept the main gun alive. Now, unfortunately, the other Volk squad did just Faust him, so not great. Puma's on the field, and again, you can always decommission the... never mind, you just walk through the wreck. But the Puma has heat rounds that can fire that kind of make him a little better at fighting off allied armor, though again, that 85 is still going to be a bastard to deal with just a Puma. And again, with the Panzer IV down, that leaves what the best tank the Axis have right now being Milam's. And he's busy fighting off the British. Now, luckily, he did fight off the British with a successful counterattack. But still, oh, artillery just blasts Johnny to Kingdom Come over here. That's from a 152 artillery strike from the Soviets, just killing a lot of his mates on the 3 Volk squads in a T-gun. Again, Grenadiers also have a decent helping of kills, so that is good. Penals, though, have yet to die, and they have, like, probably, what, 50 kills? They're all Vet 3, so I'm going to guess, like, 65. Let's see, right now they're at, 42. We'll give it a second. Pack gun's knocked out by the 85. Holy shit, this guy has 59 with this. How many is he going to get here? That'd be amazing if it is 6. Oh my god, okay. 14, no, it's not. So, it goes up to 73 kills in 20 minutes with penals. Yeah, that's a good penal force. That's a pretty scary force right there. Grenadiers opening fire on the penals, trying to do what he can. Again, having a rough time fighting them. Although still getting a couple kills here and there. Mortar trying to come in to help. Big battle on the right. Let's focus here. Huntsville Slayers get hit by the Cromwell, forcing it back. British forces, lots of frontline infantry in this case. just demolishing a lot of Milam's men. He's slowly pulling back, but so is the Brits after this Stuka. Little friendly fire right there, but even though it didn't do that much damage, it did force the Brits back because again, he's like, I'm just going in a massive blob, which might be an issue. You want to make sure you spread out your men so if they are under fire, you can retreat some of it, not all of it. He just retreat all of it, which could be a big blow because now that gives Milam time and actually the ability just to fight one unit. And maybe even steal an AT gun. That'd be cool. More artillery coming on in, hurting everything around. AT gun mortar taking a few licks, but nothing too bad. Johnny could move in and hopefully knock out the 85 if he gets lucky. It looks like the Puma was, you know, dishing damage. I'm assuming the pack gun is really what kind of helped. Penals, though, are moving on in. Really need MGs, but MGs are back healing. Big British assault once again. What's left of Milam's forces had to retreat, including the Panzer IV. And yeah, it looks like Phantom is going to take over this territory very quickly. Does he have minesweepers? I don't believe so. No, he doesn't. So MG suppressing the infantry section, trying to do a little damage, you know, keep some of it back. But again, they can always flank, or just retreat all of it. Maybe they'll worry about the artillery. But that artillery is actually the Calliope that's fired. Grenadiers did dodge it, which is good. Also, Germans, you could decommission that for fuel. Just point that out there. Or the Brumbar's going to get rid of it again, isn't it? See, I wasn't even going to be like, oh, admit. No, he's going to destroy it. Allies are... Oh, sorry, Axis are in the low 60s. Allies are in... Oh, God. The low 80s? Maybe upper 70s, but it's pretty freaking high. Panzer Headquarters holding back the infantry assault. Hopefully they can kill a squad of Americans. No, they can't. The American instead will throw a grenade, try to kill some Germans. Luckily, they dodged grenade. Volk squad's pushing on in. Brumbar backing them up. Doing quite a bit. On the far right, we have almost a Dotton, Panzerfusileers, AT. So the Cromwell's gonna have a rough time. What is it? Did he upgrade? Yes, he has to upgrade to that stuff. I would. So you can get some bonuses. Free infantry and armor, respectively. Like war speed. Which it looks like the 85s are diving. Do they have... Oh, Sherman tank with defensive doctrine. Interesting. They went that. No Ostrupen. Puma trying to get some hit and run shots with heat rounds. Penals throw satchel. Again, not really that much damage overall. Panzer IV and Puma coming in. We have artillery now getting this whole area. Germans chasing. Can be risky. Puma having trouble penning. Luckily, pack gun does pen and kills the unit. So that's pretty damn sweet. Again, that's a good, you know, thing to take out. Also a pack gun. So Germans might be able to take this opportunity to counterattack. And, you know, I should just shut up because every time I'm like, yeah, this side's doing great, it just says, I'm sorry, you want me to change that? Let me just blow up a lot of the German infantry and have the Calliope brutally murder them. So Schmeckzug did a great hit. Saying the Germans packing, allowing the Allies to hold mid, and continuing to put pressure on the Axis, keeping them about 80, no, sorry, not 80, 120 now points ahead. Sorry, the Allies 120 points ahead. Apologies. Yeah, so the Axis are down 120 points. There we go. I can do math. I swear, guys, I can do math. Now, like, for example, I learned today that, was it Luna? The time we're recording this, it's like a cryptocurrency. You could buy it. It was like $80 like a few days ago. Now it's worth 0.000. I believe there's one more zero in there. 3. But if not, it's still it's utterly worthless. And the fact it was worth $80, I'm like, well, good thing that was not my portfolio. But anyway, Panzer IV could get a nice shot of this infantry section all grouped up. Or artillery can just do that. That's fine. What is that? Oh, sector artillery. Nice. So yeah, when they charged into enemy territory, they took a hit. Very cool. Cromwell, again, Americans also pulling back. Cromwell charging in the middle of this. Probably a bad idea. Soviets pulling back as well on the left. Again, artillery probably going to hit this real soon. There it goes. Cromwell taking a number of key hits. Bringing it down quite a bit. Panzer IV should be fine, in my humble opinion. Artillery still hitting this. Puma getting some great shots. Get up to veterancy 1 and kills the unit, but doesn't get veterancy, which I call bullshit on. It killed a Cromwell. But whatever. Soldaten firing on the penals, which again, gotta give credit for the Soviet resilience so far. Again, if I had to guess, Soviets haven't lost that many men. Yeah, 117, perfect timing to show this. Damn it, they got some kills. Speaking of kills, Germans trying to push forward, but Rangers now with bazookas are now on the front. Again, Brumbar could be in harm's way. Luckily, Volkswagen's kept him back. 85 now going after with an AT gun backing. AT gun should be decrewed by the Grenadier if they focus. But Brumbar doesn't have that much time and does get put down. Stug moving in. Puma moving in. AT gun. Raketenwerfer specifically firing. Puma having trouble penetrating. He really needs those heat rounds. Another Faust. Nope, misses. And without sight, the Puma's in a bit of a weak state overall when fighting other armor, so you want to try to pull away. Blob coming on in. He tried to knock out the AT gun. Does not work. Does finally get L1 though, so huzzah. He at least gets something. But no, Allied infantry are in mid. They're stopping the Germans from taking in more of their territory and will keep the lead about 120. So, very interesting to see. But no, I am curious. Soldaten coming on in. We have another 85 in development. Cromwell's dead, so Comet's now coming up. And Calliope is a little farther off from doing its rocket barrage. Stuka, by the way, a vet 1 with 17 kills. So, also AT gun about to die if he doesn't get the hell out of there. Penals, once again, just dominating. Wait, are they 3? 3 of them are in the 20s. And then 1 is what, 16? So, yeah, they're in the 80s right now. But probably not in the 80s right now is this infantry section because, yeah, they're not getting that many kills, and the Milam is easily pushing this guy back, though Piat forces will probably make the Panzer IV worry a little bit, pull back, although artillery barrage coming on in. Americans don't realize that, so yeah, there goes the Mennos on that howitzer. Howitzer's still alive though, so that's a lucky save for the Allies. At the very least, you know, they can still recruit it. 85's opening fire. Again, you have the double Stug. Again, looks like the both versions, the E and G. One good against armor, one good against infantry, essentially. Kino Blob is being stopped by the MG. Now, my fear is, though, is that they're still crawling. So, are they going to get out? Oh, no, he's repositioning. 85's pushing on the Stug. Pack Gun, Puma, and Stug opening fire. Was it a bit of a bait? Looks like it. One of the 85's goes down. Nice stun on that unit. Again, thanks to the Puma. Puma's giving chase now. Johnny really wants that thing dead. But artillery comes in over the sector from the... Oh, no. Well, there goes the MG. So, a little bit of a loss for him. Again, I would say bigger loss is, of course, the tank, but still a loss. Calliope's firing on the right, demolishing Milam's men. Tiger's on the field, but even with that, the Piats are just slowly driving the Axis back. Again, it's going to be a situation where the Brits have what? They have air support they can call in. I would be surprised if they don't call it in here, because you would assume that they would try to hold back the infantry and keep the, maybe try to fight finishing blow on the armor. But looks like with middle being taken over by a captain, hopefully held by the Allies, they can keep putting on the pressure on the Axis. Meanwhile, Axis, again, you have 3 infantry section right here, and he's keeping his range, though he hasn't upgraded to 5-man squads. I find that weird, unless he's saving up for another Comet, right? That would be my assumption, but even then, it's like, I would probably, well, do I want better infantry or do I want a Comet? The Comet on one hand, again, strong tank, and you have another one. Negative aspect of it, maybe a Firefly would be better. Because again, you're fighting a Tiger and Panzer IV. The more I say this in my head, the more the Firefly seems better. Or an AT gun? Firefly, maybe rockets would be ideal. He's treating. Will the Stuka hit it? No, it's hitting left, and actually it's the mortar, but again, kind of misses a bit. How many kills does it have? 18, so yeah, not that much. Artillery hits mid. Again, you have to worry about the 120, and of course the base mortars that the Soviets and the British in this case, because of the doctrine, have. Rangers moving on in. Puma could be in harm's way if they can get shot on target. He is seeing the Puma, fires. Puma gets put down in 2 shots. And, yeah, not what he wanted. Absolutely not what he wanted. Penals moving on in, drive back the Volk squads. Grenadiers coming on in, but again, there's 4, that 3 Penals. Like, that's... Oh, and he puts down the Grenadier. Oh, this one has 30 kills. Good for him, but, like, my god. On the far right, we have a Panzer IV, maybe overextended. There's the American AT gun, and the Comet's just sitting. You can easily push in and deal damage to that.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Jackson as well moving on in with Bazooka Team. Again, Panzer IV just in a real rough spot. Tiger coming in, though, with AT. Jackson could die here if he doesn't get lucky. He does get lucky. Shot does miss. Bazooka Team holding back the armor. Again, it gets that bonus for, you know, upgrading with Rangers, but then again, it's also a situation where then you don't, it's not as effective against infantry. Storm Tiger's on the field, which I find fascinating you went that, but the guy is blobbing, so it kind of does make sense, honestly. And luckily he realizes that, and the guy retreats, but again, that's still a good effect. You don't even have to fire, the enemy just runs. Penals pulling back, Stugs. The spam of the day, which I would hate to have to verse the Rangers with that. Because, I'd hate to be a Stug and fight Rangers with bazookas, because that would tear your stuff up really quick. On the left, Penals stop the Grenadier, though there is a minefield there, which is weird that the Allies grabbed that without blowing up a lot of mines. So it looks like just one. Obosadan is holding the fuel. Again, the Axis need the fuel because they're getting 19. The Allies are getting 26. Now, neither side is about caches. I don't expect that unless we have PopCap, but it is something curious to see. Let's see, 85 on standby. Phantom. Gain to the Comet, upgrading it makes sense. Although Firefly, I think, would be better because you could rocket the armor, hopefully neutralize it. Meanwhile, again, we have an AT gun. Panzerfusiliers pushing, 19 kills, pretty respectable. Stuka hits mid, again, mortars under fire, drives one of them back. Calliope now hitting mid. I'm assuming a Volk squad does die. Another one's being, sorry, the MG's being lit upon. Did he heal that MG, or is that the same MG that got recruited? It's injured anyway. Volk squad gets driven back. Again, there's still, wow, there's actually 2 120s on the field. Yeah, that would do it. That would blow up any possible allied force, Axis force that decides to take mid. That would do it very quickly. On the far right, we have the big old blob again. Storm Tiger is moving on over, but again, so are the Americans. Tiger getting some good kills, though, again, looks like overall it's Vet 1, but not a lot of kills. But that shot was pretty good. Smoke coming on in so they can't see it. But again, Tiger's back. Oh, well, okay, he can keep retreating this way, yeah, the Americans go straight forward. I mean, they'll get some bazooka shots off. They'll probably do something. Brings it down quite a bit. So, probably doesn't want to move the Tiger in while it's injured, especially versus Allied armor. And Allied infantry because of all the snares. Just be very careful. This Jackson as well. It's not going to win against this, even with bazooka teams. Also, retreat path could be a real pain. So, Panzerfusiliers pushing. Rangers should easily be pushed back. Sector artillery coming on in. So, there goes the Jackson. And AT gun is still alive. So, even with the artillery and everything else like that, Axis definitely... Oh my god, this would have killed the Ranger. That would have been better. But yeah, they definitely win that battle, I would say. They 100% win that battle in terms of, like, losses. So right now, yeah, the Axis are... So the Allies are in the upper 70s. Axis are, I would say, low 70s, but still not too bad. We have an S-285 to help counteract. Again, have a big battle tank, have a tank destroyer. That's usually a good way to go. Sedan driving back the penal squad, which again, so far none have been lost. 85 realizing that the Germans do indeed have AT, decide, yeah, I'm going to back up. You have fun. All right, Calliope is raining down absolute hell. And Axis like, we're fine. We're fine. Pack-gun died again, but it's fine. Smoke coming down. Sturm Tiger hit the American infantry, though... Actually, he's gotten 22 kills, so obviously he's hit something. Maybe some of the Brits as well? Which, by the way, have more manpower or open to them. Sorry, they have more population, so now they're building a Bofors to guard this area, which probably will hold. Sturm Pioneers taking back this, so at least they will stop hemorrhaging. Tiger tank coming over again, not many kills at all. We're counting for we're hidden mortar hits. Damn it! Grenadier needs to take mid and do nothing or kill them. Kill them proper. Oh. Ostruped on the field being like, alright, we pretty much run out of the best guys, so you're up now. Warfare hitting, but penals dodge pretty spectacularly. They just walk out. It's still in cover. On the right, we have a Comet that's injured. A Tiger tank, AT, plenty of AT, actually. I love the shots through and killing it. Perfect. So, alright, Phantom took a heavy hit. So right now, allies are in the low to mid 70s. Axis are in the same predicament. British pulling back. Some of those forces could engage if they would stop going in one walking, because they do better when they're not, or just in place, in cover. Whatever. It looks like the Soviets managed to retake the territory, which is good, or at the very least push the Axis out, and maybe the American infantry can fully capture it. Again, we have a large Stug force, which has been fascinating to see. Hopefully, he can maybe push up left. On the right, Tiger being pushed back by the Comet. Then 5 Panzerfusiliers saying, "Hey, we got this." Calliope comes in. "No, you don't got this." Oh my lord, he is. Yeah, that could have gotten so much worse for him. Panzerfusiliers pushing on in. Comet moving in, but the AT gun is still there. I don't think they thought this plan through. Luckily, some bounces are keeping the Comet in one piece. Though, oh boy, infantry section again barely makes it out. Oh, sorry, Panzerfusilier. Smoke is dropped. Can he fire through it? No, he retreats. I don't know if that's the right button press, but whatever. Penals continue to hold mid. Artillery's hitting him, though. More armor coming in from the Soviets, and by God, they keep getting more. Great hit on the retreat path. Really, that Stuka did a fantastic job of hitting the retreating infantry. Though, we can see here that Johnny's also lost a number of his men, so not doing great in the grand scheme of things. So 38 kills, not too shabby. Sturm Tiger's like, let me at him. I have 28 kills. I don't know why I'm still at 1, but I have 28 kills. Stug's hitting the infantry, but missed completely. Winnekendonk now set up to hold back the armor. Sturm Tiger can take the shots that the 85s could dish out. It just needs to get a shot of its own. Good job, by the way, for the Osterben for grabbing the VP. So at least, once again, the Axis don't keep hemorrhaging because they're down what, 250 points? Wolf Squad about to be down even more if they, well, stay there for another second, see if they get the penals. And one penal squad did die, so, glad finally 40 minutes in the game, the Axis killed 1. On the right, Comet actually doing decent. Bofors close by. Infantry's being pushed back. Almost Sedan and Panzerfusiliers on standby. Royal Engineers over there. Hopefully can push on in. Still got the MG. MG opening fire on the Obelstad. Comet's probably gonna very quick. Oh, never mind. Retreat before the Comet can fire. Stuka fires again, hoping for a good target. Engineer be good. Doesn't get it. Does get the howitzer, so that's something. Again, as long as he's getting kills, that's fine. Storm Tiger's reloading. Did kill a few men. Jax comes along the flank, pushed back the Jagdpanzer. Again, not a huge army by Johnny. Sherman tank on standby. Handful of infantry, but the Americans are easily taking it. It's going to need a dedicated force. How are these Stooks doing? They only have like 6 or 7 kills. Okay. The Americans generally are better. Calliope coming in to push back the mortar. Killing models. Luckily it survives, though very low on health. Still, at least just, you know, some medics, some additional infantry, and you'll be fine. '85 with 22 kills. Again, plenty of AT though, keeping them back. Werfer fires and hits the AT gun and the mortar. Mortar's still alive though. Bet 3 with 19 kills. Again, you don't want to be fighting that. Jackson moving on in. Something cover to cover. Well, does provide enough cover for him. And there goes the Jagdpanzer by Johnny. Soviet forces are moving on in. Storm Tiger can fire through the smoke theoretically if he gets, you know, a good shot on something. But looks like he's just going to keep back, which I get. There goes another very good Grenadier squad. And the penals survive with no issue. Just a little bit of health. Now, luckily, it looks like Milam, again, making up some ground, pushing right. Does have to worry about this infantry section blob, which has gotten decent helping of kills. And again, coming in piecemeal probably didn't help out, or the Obelstad kind of spread out. Again, maybe throw a grenade on it if he's not paying attention. Great. He's fighting the Tiger, so he's going to be busy, but again, then you're also busy. Piot force coming on in, so Tiger probably wants to pull back before he gets Pioted. And there goes the Pions, and they can do like 15% damage. It's still decent. Some strikes coming on in. That would be sector artillery, which he quickly realizes and pulls back. So good for him for catching that. Now, right now we have ourselves a bit of a situation with, again, so about 250. Allies have about 4 less fuel than the Axis, though they have 10 more munitions. Population-wise, again, still pretty close. Johnny seems to be the weakest player right now. Yeah, because he has at least the smallest army. He has some of the best units with the Stuka and the Sturm. That's 36 kills. Like, he's getting hits, but he's just not keeping his stuff alive, unfortunately. From the amassment of artillery and, well, Calliopes and everything else. Calliope fires. Panzer Grenadier might die to a spare rocket, but luckily does have left. Penals maybe finish it off? He tries. Unable to. Verkanover still on the front. Satchel's thrown. Johnny luckily dodges. That pack gun, not so much. Really not so much. They want it dead. They really want the units to retreat into it, I bet you, but not happening. Not with that direction. AT gun could be neutralized, which would be a nice little win. Again, kill the AT gun and make sure they can't recruit it. Panzerfusiliers on the right, being pushed back by the big old American blob. Which, more blobs with this infantry section and more comets. Do we have armor? The Panzer IV died, but now we have a Panther, so at least they can, you know, go toe-to-toe with some of that inbound armor. You know, the armor that killed the AT gun that would have helped the Tiger out. Stuke coming on in. Again, the Stuke force is the one question I have, because they're not getting that many kills. I really hope they're doing more health damage or other stuff, and I'm just not seeing it. Or they do absolutely nothing. That's fine, too. Big old blob of forces grabbing the territory. We have some arty strike or something coming in here. So maybe a 152 artillery strike, which should at least keep them away. Stuka does decent damage, and Sturm Tiger gets a great shot through the forest. That was perfect, killing 2 units, and once again bringing down the British players' forces quite considerably, so Phantom will need to do something to fix that. Again, when the Sturm is healing close to the front, I expect a bazooka to hit it, but yeah, did not happen. Stu's moving on in, do very little damage. Jackson's just gonna return fire. It's like, oh, that hurt. Oh, yeah, that really hurt. Now you're dead. Alright, so the penals are back, pushing back the Grenadiers. Again, you have the S-285, a T-34 that's a little injured. This one with 31 kills, that is pretty good. And could hit these Stugs if it wanted to from the side, which would be amazing. Warfare point blank completely whiffs. Guys, you brought the Warfare up and you missed. Wonderful job. Warfare gets put down by the S-285. Again, T-3045 doing what it can. Oh, never mind. Warfare push and take out the S-285. But yeah, again, a lot of artillery fire hitting the whole area, pushing back the Warfare. 85 pushing back the Stug. Sturm Tiger just having fun murdering a lot of allied forces. They are taking mid though, so that's good. I feel like the Brits are having a worse time fighting off Milam. Milam's just getting more and more competent. Or that's not the right term. Milam's just keeping his men alive. He's already competent. He just had trouble keeping his men alive and on the front and holding. Here, no, he's absolutely doing it. So, anyway, Tiger Tank moving on in. Maybe to intercept. Panther could as well move on in. Infantry section trying to focus on the Opal Sudan. Even with 3 squads taking a lot to wear down that unit. Nice shot with the Tiger on the Comet. Very close to Bet 3. Bounces, though. Calliope is firing. Maybe return fire action, which could be very bad for that Jackson. Whatever the case may be, infantry's running through the rockets and gets worn down quite a bit. Sorry, Ostrupen, you're the main victim here. Grenades thrown, but infantry section dodges. Really, that Tiger needs to move in to deal with that. But again, you might have to worry about the Comets, but there is a Panther and AT, so you should be fine. Sturm Tiger as well could deal with it, and looks like he will. Fires. Wears him down quite a bit. Not that many kills, though. Soviets just demolishing the force in mid. 85s are no joke. Can he actually finish it off? No, he's focused on the MG. Panther on the front. Biggest thing Sherman tank's built. Let's see. Sturm Tiger reloading. 30 seconds. Jackson coming along the side. Again, has to worry about some AT. By some, I mean a lot. Might die here. Gets lucky. Does get lucky. Jackson goes down. Comet still in standby. Panther took a few hits. Tiger still in need of repairs. With lots of Piats on standby. Again, right now, if I was the Allies, I'm like, okay, wear down the Axis, GG this game. Because again, the Axis are down roughly, what, still? Like 250 points? It's not looking great. And I made this rifleman disappear. No, great shot with the Sturm Tiger. 49 kills. Again, unfortunately, Calliope rocketing a lot of infantry. Oh, sorry, Katusha hitting the area over here. Pack 43 being set up. That could be very useful holding back the armor. Because all the armor seems to be in mid. And, well, you can probably hit all of it if you could give sight. Which, so far, haven't been able to. They haven't fired or anything. Penals are keeping them back for that. 43 kills on that squad. Other one did die, so that's unfortunate. But really, really keeping track of them. It's like, was it the rookie squad of Clone Wars, where it's like, man, I want to see how they're doing. Yeah. Anyway, Stu diving while Pack 43 fires on the front. Kills the Katyushas. Alright. You have my interest. Stug already making it worth it. Great shot with that Stuka as well, hitting the front. He's trying to go for the Calliope, I bet you. And somehow he is. Great micro. Also, good job with the Sturm, hitting the American infantry on the front, wearing him down. How is this Stug? Oh my god. the Stu hero that knocked out all the allied artillery. That's huge. That's a lot of forces. And like Shimeksu doesn't have the population to necessarily bring it back up immediately. Tiger Vet 4 needs to be put down. But if anything, it's putting down the Comet, stopping them from advancing. There is Piot forces. I don't think they want to move up, especially being AT grenaded and hit with large amounts of AT weaponry. Though Tiger, again, from range could wear them down. Jackson engaging the Jagdpanzer. Infantry in mid. 85 still firing. Pack 43 is not in range, but 85s are, of all the German infantry. Focusing, though, again, very weak with that very specific 85. We'll make sure it stays alive. Katusha being rebuilt. Smoke going down. And, again, the Germans somehow keep this from being just a shutout right now, which is good. This game has been so far interesting. It doesn't need an AI to be competent, which is a big plus. American infantry fighting the Panzer Grenadiers against armor support, trying to help, but the infantry already pulls back because he sees the 85s coming. Again, Shimaksu just doesn't have men. He's down to one unit. One unit, that's it. On the right, we have some territory attempted to be taken by Milam, but with the infantry section coming back, I don't think this one's going to be anywhere close to be under their control. The fuel maybe for a bit, and again, they kind of need that because the left is, under Axis control. Ostrupen coming over. Probably will grab the VP, continue to put pressure on the Axis and, the Allies, and try to turn it. Also, weirdly enough, Phantom is not called an air support. That's the one thing I will say that has been very iffy about the Brits, is no air support. And I would assume he would call an air support. Speaking of support, 85, but the best one, by the way, putting down the Ostrupen mine. Does hit the mine. Will they kill the Ostrupen? No, he won't. Which is good. But will he get out of there in time? Will this Panther be like, mine? Penals will probably give him a heads up. 85s are moving on over to help him protect the unit. Katusha coming onto the field. Again, right now the biggest issue for me is the Brit. Although the Brit still has a decent army, where is that air support? You have 1,300 munitions. You should have air support. That really would have helped and hold off a lot of the Axis advances and stop them earlier, but you just didn't do it. And again, I don't understand why. I feel like that'd be such a vital thing to do. Stuka, by the way, 73 kills. Back line does drop fire on the back line. Hurts the medic, the MG a little bit, but the engineers are fine healing, and the infantry section do get out of there, but the medics will burn a bit. Katusha the front again, smart. Try to knock out the bunker and also the Pack 43. More artillery coming on in. Lots of AT in mid. Again, so far holding back the medium armor. You're gonna need a Katusha to hit that or something. Or a cervic strike. Oh my god, finally some air support. Armor's being pushed back. And yes, ShinobiWarrior absolutely needs some heals. It's pretty low. Both squads like half dead in mid. Now it's by a penal. I'm putting my honest to god luck into the penal because that's what so far has been happening, and it has worked out quite well. Speaking of airstrikes, there it goes. Although the British go down, the Germans are sent packing. Volk squad dies, so Johnny losing another unit. 85 being hit by AT. Again, Vet 3 Raken. We're some very good veterancy on the Axis, like a Vet 5 Stuka, or the ShinobiWarrior, or this Panther. Oh, sorry, Tiger. That is Vet 5. It is Vet 5. Damn, that's gonna be a speedy Panther. Tiger. I can't talk. Panther on standby, trying to wear down the infantry section. Again, the Comet's giving full, like, attention to these guys. Piot's throwing AT grenade. It's not enough to wear down the engine, though. AT grenades from the Fusiliers might, especially with the Panther getting some good shots. But they don't fire that and instead do a full retreat, which might open up the corridor on the left. ShinobiWarrior is driven back. Again, big push, possibly coming in by Sherman tank. Not great because, again, Pack 43 is knocked out, so 85s could rip and tear through this Panther. Again, push back the infantry first, then go for it. I get it. No Faust. But yeah, it's 2-1, and again, that unit's Vet 3. You want to pull back. Stuka fires again. Where are you going to hit? In mid. And not really do all that much. Done a little bit to the penal, but again, I think the constant artillery barrage is what does it. And again, I think they have, what, 12 kills? 12 and 7. So yeah, not that much. Jackson kind of trying to figure out where to go. Because again, the armor's in the back. It's not near the front, or at least not right now. The Panther's healing over at the mechanized building. But Axis still control it. Again, Vet 3 Sturm blows up more infantry. Really putting a damper on the allies. Again, they're now, looks like, focusing on the armor. Which again, a lot of 85s is fine. My problem is, though, is not great sniping. Jacksons are, though, very good at that. So at least the American has it. Again, big push coming on the infantry section. Gets hit. Once again, all retreats. Assault infantry section moving on in. Panther and Tiger on standby. This guy still needs heals. Grenades thrown, I think? Alright, well, he dead. Again, I don't know how long that infantry can hold on to the front. Comet's having a rough time just pinning the Tiger, which is why Firefly rockets would be so good, especially with the amount of munitions you have. He does pull back. German infantry guard mid. Again, there is another Katusha for the Germans, but sorry, the Soviets. But right now, the biggest problem is infantry. Like, you don't have that big of an army. And Johnny doesn't have that big of an army, but the other two Axis members do have a big army. So we'll see how effective that is. Now, luckily, looks like the 85s are probably more powerful than anything he has, so at least he's able to dive in, deal the damage, and drive the enemy back. So, excellent to see. Grenadiers set packing. Possible flank on the Panther, but Pack 43 is right there, so buddy, I don't know. I mean, direct strike. If he's just doing it for a direct strike, that's good. 85 might die, though. It is Vet 3, so it could dodge. Or not be spotted. I thought he had more, or better sight, I should say. But looks like the whole area is about to be hit. Jagdpanzer goes camouflage, just be hit by artillery, so wonderful job right there. Not much damage, but still negligible. MG kind of guarding the area, infantry section coming back. Again, they have a decent number of kills. Like, I can't denounce them, but it is weird they just keep charging and then immediately pull back. Anyway, Obasadon pushing on in against the Rangers. Again, Rangers probably have some good damage, but again, the Obasadon has more kills. Tiger with 33 kills, so once again, allies having a rough time. Some armor units are getting better kills, but yeah, Vet 5 Tiger, that's a hell of a thing. Does combat blitz. Hopefully he'll make it better against these two. Having a real rough time penetrating that armor, though. And Panthers coming on in. They're about to lose a lot, aren't they? And I mean the Brits, not the Axis. Yep, there goes the Comet. Other Comets under fire. But it looks like sector assaults in the area, so they'll do more damage. Again, unable to kill it. It is decrewed, so the Axis could take it themselves, especially with all... Never mind, artillery just kills it. Storm Tiger continuing to show its worth by blowing on more infantry, which maybe is the... Yep, all the penals are now dead. They tried to take the area, did not work out for them. 85 taking the left, though, so that's something. Jagdpanzer's guarding. They're going to need like a long-range Su-85. Okay, did get the Su-85. Good. Something to snipe it with the 85s going in for some quick hits. Panther charging, but again, there's double Jacksons. I think this is a bad move. The infantry coming on up and causing havoc is, I think, fine, but... Yep, Su-85 shoots, giving target. 85's then going for the kill. Luckily, Pak-43 is still alive and is still focusing on the 85s, which I suspect mass Katyusha fire to hit that whole vicinity very soon. Jackson under fire. Lots of, again, Axis armor really trying. Shock troops having a rough time bursting the blob, though good grenade sends the lighter infantry units packing. Stu guarding mid, again, doing its best. And that's the same amount of kills before, so we can't really give it like a... Man, this thing is better than I thought. It's like, not really. It's about where I expected. Assault officers, Royal Engineers trying their best to hurt the Panther. Yeah, Panther's barely alive. I think it's about to die, which would, again, be a decent loss for Milam. Not a great one because he has reserves, but it's something that could be at least impactful for another minute. We'll see if the Allies can continue to put pressure on Milam, though. Okay, it doesn't have the munitions for AT grenades. Firefly, though, definitely has munitions for rockets. Lots of Fusiliers and Obsidian standby, hopefully to heal the Tiger. Tiger needs some support, I would say. Maybe not the exact same thing, but I don't know, something, anything. Stuka drops fire on the retreat, I assume. Good shot on the rifleman. 74 kills. It's a pretty solid Sturm Tiger right there. T-34 and Su-85 just chilling. Clears some of the area. FG section push against the Panzer Fusiliers. Do successfully push them back. The other Panzer Fusiliers are also running. It makes sense. British force pretty much have that area unless the Tiger moves on it, which he is, and just one-shots all of it, which he can. Firefly misses completely. Sector assault in mid, or at least trying to keep the enemy at bay for a little bit of time. Again, don't know how effective that's going to be, especially with the Sturm Tiger whiffing, but seems to be pretty effective. Soviets being driven back, or shock troops will stay in mid and die to a bunch of support equipment. So right now we have 85 coming on in, Stu firing. Pak-43 doesn't know where to go. Again, is surprised Katyushas don't light this sucker up with a combined RD shot, but it looks like he's already been hit, so maybe I missed it. AT grenade hitting the Jackson. Again, wearing it down quite a bit. Right now, it's now the Allies that are just sitting back and waiting, because they've brought the Allies, the Axis down about 60 points, so that's pretty substantial. Being 60 points away instead of, what, 250? Big old blob coming on in. Again, there's still a Jackson that needs repairs, and this thing could very easily put an end to that. Rangers trying to guard. Jagdpanzer's pulling back. Katyusha hitting the front. Again, kind of a waste in my opinion, but whatever. Maybe he's trying to get some better and see with some easy kills on some weaker units have hitting the Katyusha. Not Katyusha. Using the Katyusha to kill the Pak-43. Firefly pushing back the Tiger. Again, you have plenty of room for rockets. He's going backwards. That would have been a perfect shot.
The enemy is trying to overrun our HQ.
Panther now putting pressure again. Piats need to keep distance so the Panther can't fire again. Stop retreating. Oh, there goes the plane crash. I think you got him, boys. I think you got him. Again, double Calliope clear in the front so the infantry section can move up. Again, biggest issue right now is that Pak-43, which luckily the T-3045 is dodging, and hopefully these guys can fire and kill it. They do blow it up at the very least, so that's good. Probably from the Gavin bomb. But yeah, no, again, infantry section could have taken mid or the other side and dodged. Jagdpanzer's opening fire on the Jackson, wearing it down. Again, one more shot, it's done. He's trying to finish it, not with the one that's barely alive, of course. He wants to pull that one back. Jagdpanzer are taking a beating right now, but that 4. Jackson very low. I can say the same thing about the Allied and Axis infantry in mid. Luckily, Bazooka comes on and kills 1 unit. Firefly trying to get some shots, but gets put down by everything. Although does kill the Jagdpanzer, which is a pretty substantial deal. Rangers holding the line. Jackson gets taken out by the Tiger and Jagdpanzer. Infantry section just there holding. Another shot by the Sturm. Not too bad. 91 kills now, so definitely doing a lot of work. Katusha continues to rain hellfire down on mid. Really, it's just coming down to the end game. Like, who's going to engage each other first? Because it seems like, again, you have Milam kind of refocusing in mid instead of against the Brit player on his side. Brumbar, I'm just looking to see this. That force didn't really do much, but the Brumbar does get pushed back on the left. Just clearing everything. Allies just quickly take it. I will say it is getting pretty late, so I'll fast forward a little bit. We'll do 2 speed so it's not too jarring. Forces trying to battle it out for mid. Obelsadon dodges with the Volk. Running through fire is not always best. Nor is being hit by a Sturm, so excellent shot there. Shock troops running through their smoke. Sturm's trying to focus on the Firefly. Can we actually get some shots? Or no. He didn't upgrade it. I'm sorry, he just had LMG. Wonderful. Katusha's taking the front, wiping more infantry. Again, I'll give credit. The Allies are coming back. They dropped the 200+ point lead to now, what, 20? If that? Storm Tiger, Vet 4. Not even Vet 5 yet with, like, so many kills. Finally, Vet 5. Firefly is injured. A T-Grenade could kill it if he gets in range. I don't think he did. Again, good shots with the Tiger. Firefly very low, somehow survives. Airstrike's coming in though. Again, it's injured. One good strafe and he's gone, or Piat Barrage. I think he's outside the territory, so he should be okay unless there's artillery. Again, big old American blob gets hit by the Sturm, and relatively fine, all things considered. Bazooka team right there. Could help out the Panther, but I guess not. Again, just a meat grinder mid. So many men just dying. I'm surprised there hasn't been men walking onto the point that's been tripping. Again, another unit dies. Again, now Axis of lost control, but they have gained control of the left and the right. So again, they're relatively fine. Left side's not being capped by anyone now, so really, it's that side that really needs some help. I know I'm looking at mid, and I wish the British player was better. But I can't blame it too bad. Nice shot on the Jacksons, though. Stun them and wear them down quite a bit. Great shot with the Firefly. Blob push back. Cromwell moving all along the side. Just hit and run, or maybe try to go for a dive. Again, needs to go further back on the other side to do that, but whatever. Again, shock troops dying in mass. I can say the same thing about the Rangers. Oh my god. Cromwell diving, but again, like a half-hearted effort. Again, we got GG. Axis held off the Allied counterattack. Losing quite a bit. Awesome game. Good comeback, says Ogmore. That's nice for you to say. Definitely lost his 85s in that engagement, but he tried. And I would say that. Like, honestly, this was a solid game. I feel bad I just was able to give maybe a little... again, I had to speed through toward the last 5 minutes, but overall, I thought it was a solid game. Double checking on this. By the way, thank you to, I believe it's Milam for submitting this replay. Again, thank you very much, man. It was pretty solid. I see why. Your damage is up on point. Johnny got more kills, which makes sense. He had the Stukas and the Sturm, which probably got like close to 200 kills total just from those 2 units, if not more. And then again, we have pretty much the Allied side. Again, decent damage. A lot of kills for Ogmore. The Soviet was kicking ass. The positive KD is definitely a big red flag there. Double checking overall, MVPs. Johnny was the Jagdpanzer. Sherman Tank was an AT gun. Milam was a Tiger. Damn, that's pretty good. The Penals, 143 kills. Pretty solid stuff right there. Phantom, 28 kills with the Comet. And Shmixu, about 32k with damage from the Jackson, though did lose the number. So, not too bad. Not bad at all. But hey, what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below, and I might respond to them. But let me know what you guys think of this game. I just realized I was not on after action mode, so god damn it. This is what happens when I have to re-record this. Oh well. So again, just a quick recap so you guys can see maybe a little bit clearer now. Again, thank you to Milam for submitting this replay. Very kind of you, good sir. And again, just a quick run through of all of these so you guys can see it. But yeah, no. Overall, a pretty solid game. But again, let me know what you guys think. This has been Greyshot17, reminding you to submit your replays. And hey, join my Discord down below if you want to be part of the community. And I'll see you guys next time. Hello guys, before you go, let me give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Milam, Folkvard, Aphyria, Ace, Pyroshark, Tony B, Epic Pleb, ShinobiWarrior, and Sir Marvell. Thank you all for your incredible support and helping this channel grow. This has been Greyshot and his amazing patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.